This podcast is sponsored by NACO Gold and Silver Exchange. Check them out online at nacogoldensilver.com or go by their location in San Antonio at 13323 Nacogdoches Road, Suite number 3. NACO Gold and Silver Exchange.
Okay, everybody, hello. It is Trudy, and I am opening our show up with one of our favorite guys here, Coach Danny Kloza. I mean, how exciting is this to have you here? Thank you. You're watching the Trending with Trudy show, and so
it's good to be trending.
I'm
is. Trending.
You're trending. You like that, huh?
Yeah.
So I introduced you as Coach Danny Kloza. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, no. Once you're a coach,
always a coach, right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
you
good.
know, we earned that.
I would think,
Hopefully after 31 years.
After 31 years.
Yep. 31
I cannot believe you did it for 31 years.
Yeah, 31 years. I walked out from Robert E. Lee High School on March 31st.
March 31st. Big party after that, huh? Has it been a party since then?
Yeah, I don't even know what day it is some days.
Do you like that?
I wake up and I just say, I look at Desiree and go, what day is this today? I have no idea.
Gosh. So it's a thing.
Every day is a Saturday.
Every day's a Saturday. I don't know if I could do that.
Oh.
I mean, but you doing it for so long. I mean, waking up in the morning. What time would you get to school?
Depends. Football season, 6:30.
Yeah. So wake up calls.
Game days, you don't get home till midnight, 11:30, midnight.
And you work on the weekends, whether you have games on a Friday or Saturday.
If you have games Friday, Saturday. I mean, you're working Saturday, Sundays. You're working 6-7 days a week all the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, retirement suits you well.
Oh yeah, because so 31 years as a coach, and teacher, so to speak, because I had to teach. The last 13 I didn't as head coach, but you're teaching. All you do is follow bell schedules. You hear a bell, you go to class. You hear a bell, you go here. You hear a bell, you go here. For 31 years, you're on a bell schedule.
Yeah.
And it's laid out for you. Well, that first day you wake up and it's no longer laid out for you, it's like, whew, I'm sleeping in, man.
Right.
At least till 8.
Oh my gosh, till 8. Gosh, that's a lot. And so during your football scheduling, but being a head coach in that whole area, like not just football, you had to deal with girls soccer, basketball. I mean,
so you're athletic coordinator first and foremost,
right?
And you got to oversee all of athletics, and that's why you hire great head coaches. Mm-hmm. And I was very fortunate at Lee High School to have, Kelly, Kelly Johnson, our head tennis coach, assistant athletic coordinator. She's phenomenal and does a great job over there. Still there, and without her, it wouldn't have happened.
Nice.
I mean, because that's how special she is.
Yeah.
Great lady, very great organizer. But you got to hire great head coaches to take care of them.
Because otherwise you're picking up the pieces no matter what.
Yep. So you got to hire great head coaches first and foremost. You're only as good as the people you hire. And, man, I was very fortunate to hire great head coaches, and they do a great job. And all of them are still there.
Yeah, all of them are still there. They didn't leave with you?
Nope.
You didn't want to drag them along?
No. The future will tell pretty quick. What they want to do, but they're there this year and they're doing great things, and I still talk to them. A lot.
So do you? I know you're enjoying retirement. Do you miss? You got to miss the kids. You got to miss the kids.
There's some that you look back on and you go, what a great kid, and it was great coaching kids, and I love the coaching aspect of it. It was all the other stuff that you don't miss anymore.
Right.
The meetings and the administration and I had a great principal my last 4 years. David Crow, but. Just the other stuff I don't miss at all.
A lot of shit to deal with.
A lot of shit. And it just, the leadership changed, and it was time to do something else. Yeah. It's time to go. That's all I got to say about that.
So, I mean, okay, there you go. No, so me being, a Robert E. Lee alumni, as are you, did you freak out when the renovations were going on?
Well, I was part of that, because ever since I took over as athletic coordinator in 2010, we had renovations going on the entire time, almost till 20 or 19, somewhere in there.
It's a long time. I went over there to the school yesterday to go give my niece lunch for her birthday.
Queen Elizabeth
had to have her Chick-fil-A. And oh my gosh, I looked up at that building going, where am I?
Yeah.
And I've seen it. I've been in there, multiple times, but every time I get in there, it just takes my breath away. It looks completely different.
It's totally different.
I mean, I recognize the floors and the trophies, and that's about it.
Right. Right. Yeah, and it's a lot different, and it's way better for the kids.
Is it?
It needed to be renovated. You know, it was built in 1956.
Yeah. It was
so
time.
it's time. So they did a great job. Great facilities, and you move on. But not a lot of space.
Yeah.
I wish we had more fields, or they had.
Well,
more
y'all's football practice area is beautiful.
Yeah, the turf park.
Yeah.
You had to have AstroTurf, which that was in a bond several years ago, and all the high schools got a turf field. But all the high schools still have 3, 4, 5 fields.
And y'all have
one.
You
we
don't
have
anymore.
A practice. They have a practice field, a little bitty one. But anyway, so.
Well, that's fun.
They make it work.
So being that you've coached for 31 years, you have to have had some really badass football players, notable football players that have moved on to become bigger and better.
I'm very fortunate over my career to have some great kids, and at Lee High School in the 90s. You graduated what, 93?
Yeah.
So 97 kid graduated 98. Trey Darsley went on to UTEP and then got drafted by the Eagles. Played in the pros. The Colvins brothers. Aaron played at Texas, and Zach played at Colorado. Still see Zach today. We hunt and do a lot of things together. But that's just a few. I mean, you had a lot of great kids in the 90s. You guys had a great class of kids.
I think our class was the last one of the good ones.
Well, the 93 actually was the last time Lee went to the playoffs in football.
Yeah.
And
who was that? Omar Cardenas?
Omar, your quarterback.
Yep.
Still talk to him.
I do too. Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
But we just had some really good kids in the 90s and some really good coaches that I still talk to today. All the staff, we were really close.
Yeah.
And it was just a fun time. I mean, we had a blast. Like, we did everything together.
So your family.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I still see those guys today. We still talk and stay in touch. But we had some really good kids come out of that 90 era. But then, like, you even move on, like Reagan. I still talk to kids at Reagan.
Because how long were you at Reagan?
I was there 5 years.
5 years.
And then MacArthur. So MacArthur was 6 years. I was a coordinator there before I went back to Lee in 2010. But what's really cool is I'm seeing kids that I coached
are now being coached, or
they're coaches.
I love that.
So Clinton Killow, who I coached with Jace Amaro. Jace played at Texas Tech, and then the Jets. He was a tight end, but Clinton Killow is the head coach at University of Incarnate Word, which is pretty cool.
Wow!
And I love that kid. I mean, he was one of the most competitive kids I ever had. Obviously, Jace had a short stint in the NFL, about 4 or 5 years. Was a great tight end at Texas Tech, All-American.
Nice.
And then, Neil Hogan. I just saw this kid. He coaches at.
Why do I know that name?
Well, he was at. He coaches in Bernie.
Oh wow!
And he's an assistant at Bernie. And I just saw him down at the All-Star game when I was doing the All-Star game. And we were down there. We interview the head coaches. Jason Minix is kind enough to have me on. And great guy, I love him.
You've done this a couple of years though.
This
right?
is my 6th year.
Yeah.
And so Jason and I go down and interview the head coaches. Well, he does. I just sit there and watch.
Yeah.
But I go around and talk to the kids because I still had a couple of kids at Lee that played in it this year that I coached.
Nice.
But Neil was down there coaching, and I was like, God, it's so cool to see the kids that you coached that are now coaching.
Well, and you are a major, reason why they want to coach.
Well, I hope I did things right in 31 years.
I think
you can't make everybody happy.
No,
right?
You never will. No.
But you try to get them to realize, hey, it's hard work. You gotta teach them discipline and commitment. You got to hold them accountable. And I was a little hard ass at times. There was no doubt.
Yes, according to my brother-in-law Joe Earl, he will say
and
that.
I coached Joe Earl
and Nathaniel Ramirez too.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
yeah.
You just ran into not too long
well,
ago.
and I hope that but they're still talking to me.
Well,
So
you did something right.
Yeah, and it's cool when I see Joe Earl. He's like, "Hey, coach." I mean, that's the biggest compliment anybody could give me is to come up and say, "Hey, coach," and that's pretty cool. And so, it's fun.
Well, that's good. And so, these days I know that in NFL the injuries are out of control. Is it like that in high school? Like what's the main, or is there not really that many injuries?
Yeah, absolutely there are. I mean, I think concussions is on everybody's mind.
Yeah.
But given the proper treatment and letting the brain heal, I think you'll be fine. You're reading about all the CTE and brain trauma and stuff later, but I think a lot of those guys never let their brain heal.
Because they're ready to get back in the game.
Yeah,
get back on the horse.
Old school guys, Webster from Pittsburgh who passed away. A lot of those guys played every week, and they knew they had concussions, but they played because they had to get paid.
Right.
And they're a little bit different. This guy's from the 70s, 60s, 70s, I mean, they wouldn't make it through a football game now, as tough as those guys are.
Yeah.
Football's totally changed.
It's completely different.
I just don't like some of the rules. I just don't like the way it's become a little softer. You know, they protect the quarterback a little bit too much, in my opinion.
I agree.
I mean, hey, it's football. It's a violent sport.
Well, it is. And I think a lot of parents these days are okay with the fact that their kids don't want to play it because they see so many injuries. I mean, do you think that has
100%? Well, they say that, and I've always talked to parents. The number one sport for head injuries is girls soccer, and I got two of them. And I watched it firsthand when I saw my daughter's face blow up in a game. You know, she had
terrible.
Broke her nose, broke her orbital, had 20 stitches in her face, and and my other one's playing at Tech, so you're always worried about that. But that's the number one injury is concussions for girls soccer. And it's brutal.
It's scary. I think all sports are. Look at cheerleading. No.
Well, I laugh.
I know you laugh. I was dropped.
Well,
majorly.
Maybe we should practice on people catching.
You would think they would catch me, but
I just it's part of any sport.
No, it is. But I feel like NFL is definitely.
I think
football.
Parents who used to come to me and go, "Well, I don't want my son playing football. He's going to go play soccer," and I went, "With no pads?"
Right.
And then I also tell parents this. I go, "Well, is your kid 16 driving a car?"
Ooh.
The number one death for teenagers is car accidents.
Yeah.
It's not football games.
That's unfortunate.
It's not soccer.
That's scary.
It's teenage driving.
Yeah.
So if you're going to let your kid drive a car, which makes no sense to me if you're not going to let them play sport.
Yeah.
Because I think that the benefit of sports outweighs all the injuries and everything else.
Yeah.
It just teaches you commitment and teamwork and it's just so awesome. That's why I had so much fun for 31 years doing it. Not just football, but watching other programs just, grow and become better at Lee High School. That was my job. And, I'm proud to say that Lee's the only school since 2003 to have a state championship in any sport.
Nice.
And soccer won in 21.
There you go.
And I was a part of that, which was fantastic. So I'm very proud of those things.
You were there for 3 decades and then some.
A lot, I went there.
That sounds so bad. 3 decades.
I'm old as hell. Thanks, Trudy, for telling everybody how old I am. No, I mean, when you grow up with it, your whole family went through there. My brother graduated in 74, the oldest one, and I graduated in 82.
Yeah.
And there's 6 of us that went there. And then you go there, and then you come back and you coach there, and then you become the head coach there. That wasn't No,
what did you just wanted to coach here and there?
I wanted to be a head coach. I didn't get the Reagan job. I didn't get the Johnson job, and great guys got those jobs. But I never planned on being a head coach at Lee High School. It just happened that way. And then to stay there for 13 years as the head coach, I'm the longest tenured head coach at that school. I'm very proud of that.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Congratulations.
Pretty cool,
you did a pretty good job.
So hopefully I left behind a mark and rebuilt some things and made the programs better.
You did. I've heard it from multiple people.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. So now that you retired, again, have to keep saying that, you get to travel a lot.
Yeah, we were in Lubbock all year last year watching Cameron.
That's so lucky. That's so awesome.
She got to play a few games, 6 or 7 games last year, but they were in Denver. We got to see Parker McCullum at Red Rocks.
Wow.
So, we're getting to travel and do some things that we haven't been able to do.
Yeah.
And
Desiree's got to be loving that.
Oh, yeah, Desiree is on. She works at TPC.
I know.
Part time in the golf shop.
Yeah.
And she didn't know a damn thing about golf,
now
right?
She does.
And now she's like,
now she gets it.
Well, yeah. She goes, do you know the clubs, these best clubs and the best ball?
You're like,
and
really?
I'm like, yeah.
Well, because let's talk a little bit about your golf days because tell me a little bit more.
Well, I grew up playing everything,
right?
We grew up playing everything. And I was very fortunate. I played football, basketball, and golf at Lee. And I never dreamed, again, I thought I was going to play football in college. Didn't work out. Then I was off to play basketball in college. Didn't work out. I said no. I ended up playing golf in college and then, played at Midland Junior College and then UTSA. And then I went into the golf business as an assistant golf professional at Oak Hills Country Club. Mm-hmm. And then I played some mini tour stuff, never the big tour. But, and then after 5 years of that and playing and kind of grinding out at Oak Hills and, tournament here, tournament there, I went into coaching.
And fell in love with it.
Yeah, well, my dad was a coach, my brother was a coach, but so my golf background, I've been playing golf since I was 4 years old.
That's amazing.
And I still go and play some tournaments and do some other stuff.
Kick everybody's ass?
Well, not all the time.
Well, most of the time.
it's fun. I can say I enjoy it.
That's good.
It's a side.
But I don't feel like you're playing enough golf on your retired days.
I
feel like you're going more hunting.
But I hunt and fish. I hunt and fish a lot more than I do anything. Yeah. And if I could do anything, I'd do that. But I'll be leaving Thursday to go fishing and hunting.
Now, where do you go?
Well, up in D'Hanis, the Oliver twins that went to Lee. They graduated in 97, I think. 90, anyway, so and then I hunt. They're ranching D'Hanis. I go there, and then Billy Hodge and Zach and Billy has the ranch in Rio Medina by Castro.
So you're in heaven.
I'm going Thursday. I go field corn, feeders, and so I'm gonna go fishing in the morning.
I've never gotten into hunting. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't.
I think it's more. I don't know if it's hunting. It's more animal watching.
Animal watching.
And then we shoot what we eat, right?
Okay.
Because I love deer meat. I love deer sausage, dry sausage. We make all kinds. They make all kinds of stuff.
I'll be ready for some.
Yeah.
I'll take some.
Yeah. Okay.
Bring me a little Ziploc bag.
Yeah, we got. Well, I got some right now at Klein's in Bernie. I just shot a deer 2 weeks ago. They process it, and
nice.
I'm making summer sausage and dry sausage.
Nice.
And stuff, so.
I've got a friend Wes that brought us some for Christmas, and then our friend Amanda brought us some. So I'm good, but I'd like some more.
Oh no, well, yeah, and we're actually. So I'm going, and then Billy comes in from Canada because he's a horse vet in Canada, and Zach lives in Jasper, so they come down, and the 17th in January we'll hunt again because it's we'll go shoot.
When does hunting season end?
Well, it ended for us Sunday,
okay.
Buck season, but you still get to hunt does and spikes.
The babies?
Not babies.
The babies?
The mamas.
No, that's worse.
The mamas.
Dang
and
it.
the spikes with that are screwed up horns.
Yeah.
We get rid of those. We call them trash.
Really?
Shoot them and.
Well, don't you feed them to the vultures or something?
No. We take what we shoot, we process and eat, or we donate. Like, there's all these processing plants. Yeah. They feed the hungry.
Right.
So we'll donate deer to the hungry, and they process them and give it out to hungry people.
All right.
So it's pretty cool. So we do our part.
It still makes me sad.
Well, actually, I took Desiree hunting. We were in a blind.
Oh, no.
And I go, I think I'm going to. She goes, you're not shooting anything while I'm in this blind.
No, she just wanted to watch.
Well, I'm
wanted to deer watch. So not
but I'm like, it's like hunting with the game warden. Because she tells me the same thing when we go shopping. Oh. She goes, shopping with your husband's like hunting with the game warden.
There you go. Back at you.
Yeah, exactly. So
back at you. How funny. That's fun.
But my daughter does it.
Really?
My daughter, she shot a doe last
year.
Kendall. The older one loves to hunt and fish.
Nice. Yeah. Well, good for her. That's fun. That's got to be fun for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So are they both in town right now?
Kendall is. Cameron went back to Tech just an hour ago.
Oh.
She's been driving back. Oh, yeah, well. It's time for her to move on. Go.
Oh, you're that.
Yeah, get out.
Like,
get out and go.
Get out.
Go get a position on the team.
And how does Desiree feel?
Sad.
She cries.
When they leave, they cry.
Aww.
And then she'll get over it after about an hour or two.
An hour or two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we're going back up, like I said. We got to go to the banquet on the 20th, which will be cool. They have a big, Big 12 championship banquet for the soccer girls. And then we drive to Purgatory right after that.
So party time.
So it's
for somebody's birthday.
Go ski. Yeah.
For your birthday? It's your birthday.
Happy
birthday.
I turned 60 January 21st.
Wow, look at that. Just big. This is a big year for you.
It is big. It's
nice.
always big. But it's every day Saturday. So
Saturday.
Yep, it's cool.
That's good.
Yeah, doing good.
Well, Kloza, it's so nice of you to come.
We're done. That was quick. Now we're done.
Oh, we can still talk. What else do you want to talk about?
Doesn't matter. Well, you can talk about that.
Look at
yeah.
So wait a second.
Cowboys.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that for a hot second.
Okay.
Did they not play kind of crappy Sunday? They played against a crappy team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the playoffs start now.
I know. So you know what? Why can't the playoffs be like baseball?
I will.
Like best out of 5 or something. Like
no,
I'm afraid that we come across the Packers. I mean, what are we going to do? We're at home. The Cowboys haven't lost since they've been at home.
I know.
So
that's the only chance that they had. Philadelphia helped them out too by going downhill.
I can't stand Philadelphia.
Well, well, you already know how I feel about your quarterback.
I know.
I like him. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a good in-season quarterback. Time will tell. I just don't think they can win a Super Bowl with him.
Do you think we're going?
No.
I
think
such confidence.
Their best player is CeeDee Lamb.
I love CeeDee Lamb.
And he was on my fantasy team and won me a game.
Well, there you go.
And he is in 9 years we've been doing fantasy. He's the first Cowboy I ever picked.
Oh, why is that?
I don't pick Cowboys.
Why?
I had a bad taste in my mouth. I'm a little better since he put Jimmy Johnson in the ring.
Was that not amazing? I cried. I cried.
Finally, I think because
it took too long.
If his ego wouldn't have gotten away, the Cowboys would have been winning a lot of Super Bowls in the 90s.
You think?
So
wait, you're Buccaneers? No.
I'm a quarterback follower.
You're Tom Brady.
I'm not on the Patriots anymore.
I wonder.
So I like quarterbacks. So I follow quarterbacks.
So who do you think?
I think Brock Purdy's a damn good quarterback.
Do you think who gets the MVP?
Oh, I think you got to give it to Lamar.
Really?
From Baltimore, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think he had.
Wasn't he injured?
Phenomenal year. He had a phenomenal year.
He didn't get hurt.
No, not to my knowledge.
Or did they?
They sat him.
They sat him. That's
they
what
sat
it was.
him.
That's what it was.
Okay. He's got to be in those talks. And I will say, Dak Prescott had a great year. But if you look at the quality of teams they played,
it's not.
No, they had an easy schedule. They had a perfect schedule for this, but they won 12 games.
Yeah,
they won 12 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
They won 12 games the year before that. So time will tell.
Are they tapped out at 12?
I don't know. The Packers are playing good right now. They're fine. There's teams right now that I think they can surprise people. They get in the playoffs. Buffalo's going to surprise people. They snuck in the playoffs.
I like Josh Allen.
I'm a quarterback follower. He's good.
Yeah.
San Francisco we know is good. I'm going to tell you who's going to surprise you. I think is playing good right now. The Rams.
I forget about
Matt Stafford.
I forget about that
dude, and they got some dang good players. It's just who gets hot and
who can handle it. Who can handle the heat.
And what quarterback can handle heat. Now, I will say, at home, Dak Prescott's been really good.
At home.
So you're hoping, right?
Right.
That Green Bay doesn't show up and the Cowboys show up.
Yeah. We shall see.
I think Dallas will beat Green Bay. I really do.
Okay.
I think now we're getting into after that, it's going to be tough.
Okay.
Ultimately, everything goes through San Francisco.
I know. They scare me.
You got to go to San Francisco.
Yep. Yeah.
So we'll see, but it'll be good.
Who do you see going to the Super Bowl? Not who do you want, because we know who I want.
Yeah, you want the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I don't know. NFC. I mean, I still think the Rams are going to cause some problems, but ultimately, if San Francisco plays like they can, I think they go.
Okay.
And then right now, I think it's going to come down. And here's another one you got to always remember: the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, they're not.
It's Patrick Mahomes, man.
I know he's
two-time
so fun
Super Bowl
to
champion.
watch. My mother loved
and
that
he
kid.
makes them all better.
I know.
And they find a way.
They do, right?
The AFC, man. I just think the AFC's got some good teams, man. Baltimore's good. They always have a good defense. Kansas City's going to be good. I mean, Buffalo can scare you.
It's time then.
It's going to be good.
It's time to see who goes to the Super Bowl.
It is time to see who can gut it up and play now.
Wouldn't you love to go to that Super Bowl in Vegas? Oh, I might die. I would die.
Well, we're talking about that because Minix and they go.
Yeah.
Because they do all the stuff. And Jason goes, I'm going to be there for 8 days.
Oh,
and he goes,
my gosh.
It's not good for my liver
No.
or my pocketbook.
Exactly.
And I said, well, by the time you get done working, where are you going to go sit on a table somewhere where the minimum's going to be $500?
Exactly.
And there's going to be all the celebrities are going to be there playing and gambling. And,
I wonder if there's even any rooms available.
Oh, I doubt it.
Right?
Well, he said they're like off. They're not.
Oh, they're not even staying on the
strip.
They're
like some BRBO or something.
Oh, wow. Well, that's smart. That's probably smart.
Oh.
They need to get away from.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they're there for 8 days.
8 days. I don't know if I could live in Vegas for 8 days.
I mean, I know there's other places to go to in Vegas, but that's a lot. Especially after this whole race car thing that they had when they.
We were there. I was there a week before that.
Oh, wasn't it a shit show?
It was a disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, the strip, you had to walk over everywhere. And then the first race, they hit a manhole cover. They had to shut it all down.
They shut it down and they had to race
stuff.
like in the middle of the night.
And they got it's a 10-year contract.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, they're going to be there every year for 10 years. So don't go in November.
They ruined my November.
Don't go in November.
We usually go in November for Sammy's birthday.
I'm telling you.
Right after Thanksgiving or right before. So
10 years.
I did not know that.
They'll be setting up, pulling down. It'll be a pain in the ass.
Wow, that's not a good place for them to have done that.
No, and like Desiree hates Vegas.
Really?
Like the only way she'd go would be in June or July, and it's 115, and she could sit at a cabana at a pool.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'll join.
That's all she do because she can't stand gambling.
Okay.
She can't all that. But the other part of that is like, she goes, you have a gambling problem. I said, I do not have a gambling problem. I don't have a gambling problem. I love gambling. I have a financial problem.
There you go. That makes sense. Okay.
So, no, but I love it. I would go, but I can't afford it.
Yeah, no, Vegas is definitely for Super Bowl. It's like, oh gosh, but
it'd be cool.
That stadium's gorgeous.
Yeah, I would love to go. That's a bucket list of mine. Going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I've never been.
Would you do anyone? And you don't care what?
I could care less where.
Well, Ed, my producer's gone to 12. Working, of course, but it's been to 12.
Work. It's not work.
It's not work.
It's not work.
No,
Ed.
That's just playtime, Ed.
Yeah, that's a great job, is what that is.
Yeah, we need to find him. Get him to find some tickets.
Oh my gosh,
right?
I would go.
Yeah,
I could go. And Desiree would love to go. Just go see it all. My brother went one time. It was Buffalo was playing, I think, but he said, man, it was awesome.
It's a party.
Yeah,
3 days of partying.
See everybody there, and
yeah,
just what's going on,
the hype of it, the feel of it,
the game itself.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I'd love to do that.
Oh, cool.
We'll
so
anyway.
On that note, if anybody wants to send us to the Super Bowl, that'd be great.
That's it. A retired person that needs money.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Today. And we'll have to do this again. Maybe we can talk about who goes to the Super Bowl and when it happens, and we'll chit-chat about that.
There you go.
But everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And you can follow me on my Instagram, on Facebook. You can listen to this on Apple, on Spotify, anywhere you hear your podcast. You can download it, and on YouTube also. So you are watching the Trending with Trudy show. And thank you all so much. And thank you, Coach Kloza.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Bye, guys.